Hey, good morning, everybody. Well, morning for me at least. I don't know when you're watching the video, but here we are with another week of our Summer Olympics. So this is our last week of July, and that means this is also the last lesson on teamwork. And so I wanted to share a thought with you. I know most of us have seen the Marvel comics, especially the Avengers, Thor and Captain America and Iron Man, the Hulk, all of them, right? And I was really thinking about them the other day, thinking, they make a great team together, but have we ever really thought about not just the idea of teamwork but the team itself? And by that I mean, I think the Avengers really gives us a lesson that one is greater than one. And I know that seems weird, but what I mean is that one team is greater than one person. And you're probably thinking, of course, that makes perfect sense. But as I don't know, I have too much time on my hands, I guess, and I was just thinking really more about this. With the Avengers, we have these 5 different people, right? They have different egos and they have different views of the world. Take Captain America and Iron Man, for instance. I mean, they can't agree on anything. They have very different views. They have huge egos, huge pride issues, right? And so it's really hard for them to compromise and work together. But when you get all of those Avengers together, their group of 5, those 5 people together could do a great job, so much more than one person. But it's when they come together and work as a team that the magic really happens. So when they decide to put aside their egos, when they decide to put aside their own agendas and decide to trust one another, respect one another, despite their disagreements, amazing things happen. I mean, they save the world, right? They change the world, they defeat the evil. But it's only when they come together as a team. So working individually as 5 people, of course, is greater than working as one person individually, but it's the value of that team. And that's what I really want the kids to see as we wrap up this month of teamwork. That's what I think Jesus teaches us, that value of teamwork, that we have to encourage one another, we have to support one another. We may not always agree, right? We see that in the workplace, we see that in church, we see that in our families, but that's the key. The value of the team is so much greater. So as we move into our last July weekend, we are, of course, going to follow the exact same routine we followed all summer, so this should be no surprise to you. But I did want to touch base on a couple of things. The first game is a beach ball challenge, and so we're going to break the kids up into their teams. If you're Saturday, we only have 2 teams. Sunday, we have 3. And the idea is going to be they have to work together as a team to keep their beach ball up in the air. So everybody will start with a certain amount of points, maybe 10, maybe 20, whatever the MC decides. And they have to work together to keep their ball up in their area. It'll be taped off so you can see areas. If their ball touches the ground, they're going to lose a point. So this is a little bit different. Usually we're always building up points. This time we're going to start with some and take some away. But we want to encourage that idea of teamwork. So if maybe give them a minute or so if you're the MC or just a group to huddle together. What can be our game plan? How can we work together? If I throw this ball too hard, it's going to be hard for my team to keep it up off the ground. So those kinds of things. The coaches huddle, the object lesson, is really going to be based on a video. It's so much easier to do this one with a video, but it's a cool little science demonstration of actually sucking an egg into a jar. And we're going to tie that into that temptation of, choosing good friends or being sucked into temptation to not work together, to focus on our own egos, our own pride, and how that takes away from the mission of serving as a team. And then the last game is going to be a little bit messy, but I made it short. It's just going to be like a minute to win it game because I really want to have time for something else. But you're going to choose 2 people from your team, 1 from each team. If you're on Saturday, have them stand in the middle of a tablecloth, spread out on the floor. They're going to have a shower cap. We'll cover it with shaving cream. And the team is going to get to throw cheese balls or popcorn, whatever it is I buy, on them. So you can read more directions on that. But I wanted you to understand I intentionally kept this a little bit messy because that's fun, but very short. Because the next thing that we will do is that team huddle where you will get to work on the memory verse. And we did tell the kids that this weekend would be a memory verse prize weekend. So you'll see that there is a teamwork game component to the memory verse. I want them to work together as a team. That's our whole point. So they'll work together as a team, put this memory verse together, and then you will have to take some time to give kids a chance to say that verse independently. Now listen, some of them are not going to know it. This is long, it's a little bit harder, and it's okay to be a little bit tough. So our kindergartners, give them a break for sure. If you look on the Family Focus page, you'll see there's a preschool verse. If they give the kindergartners a little bit of a break, but our third, fourth, fifth graders, for sure, they should not have a break. They should be able to say that verse independently. So you'll see the prize hub is all set up, thanks to Miss Laura, who is making it look awesome for us this weekend. And other than that, I just want to make sure you knew to save time for that prize hub. So the games will be a little bit shorter, so we can make sure we have time for memory verse and prize this weekend. So as you finish up your week, think about teamwork in the workplace, at church, in your family for sure. I know we're always working on teamwork in our family. So, hey, have an awesome week, the rest of the week that you have left, and I will see you this weekend.